Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI Auto Business. It is dispatching live. It's Thursday. My name is Jay. We bring you top auto logistics video news connecting retail, wholesale, logistics, and tech, your auto transport community media since 2017. Thanks so much for taking the time to join us again for another live show. Please do jump into the live chat. Say hello. And we have a special show today. We've got Ryan Miller of Northwest Repossession out of Chicago. He's going to join us to talk about Cleardata. Now, if I was to say, we're going to tell you about Central Dispatch, you'd say, well, that's silly, Jay. Of course we know about Central Dispatch. But if I said, we're going to tell you about Cleardata, a lot of recovery and repossession professionals will say, well, we already knew that. But I don't think all transporters will say that. And there's a reason we need to know about. In fact, remarketers need to also learn more. There's a lot of verticals that need to learn more about Cleardata. This is not a Cleardata commercial, but rather another technology we need to learn more about and understand how it affects our part of hauling repossession vehicles and booking those loads. And so we're going to do that today. That's in about 30 minutes, so kick back, enjoy yourself. We have plenty of show. Please click share, like, copy, grab that YouTube link, talk about it on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and get it all wound up. Really do appreciate that. So let's do this without any further delay. Sue, can you see me and hear me okay?
Yes, I can. What are you
Yes,
doing?
you can. Well, I'm ding. I'm gonna hit the bell. The bell is now in the museum.
Back?
It's up here,
Oh, we're
and
not.
it's in a glass case, and the value is going up on eBay now. So that's cool. So yeah. Well, you gotta, sometimes you just gotta go without something. You know?
I really didn't think the bell was a big deal. Oh, didn't we? I thought we asked everybody. They said the bell was no big deal.
I know, but
There's only a few people, random people.
well, we have so few viewers
You're
anyways,
trying
every
to make
single
them
one. I
happy.
need every one of them. I'm like Jim Jordan running for
Well, that's
speaker.
true.
I need every vote I can get. But I got the applause button. All right. Let's get moving with the show. Got a bunch of, really do have a lot of stuff. So let me do this. You know that, ugh. Well, not ugh to this. That's fine. This is good. Cleardata Repo Load demo is coming up. And, and I just want to say that, so some of these screens, so like, we're going to get familiar with some screens today. And some terms,
Okay.
and some reasons, and some fields. So if you don't like software, you're going to hate this show.
Uh,
Good one, Jay. Let's go into the disclaimer. I know, I don't like it either. Wake Wover, here we go. Please be aware that views and analysis provided on Dispatching Live relate to the auto transport industry as a whole and may not relate directly to ATI Auto Business, Auto Transport Intel, any affiliates, advertisers, or audience members. All viewers and participants of this content expressly waive any rights during this live program, whether in voice, chat, comment, video, or audio, and have been advised and encouraged not to say or express any opinions that may relate directly to ATI Auto Business, Auto Transport Intel, any affiliates, advertisers, audience members, or any other company or individual should not feel the right to do so. Okay? Okay. Ding. Dang it. I could have really used a bell.
Ding-a-ling-ling.
If you see this, you see it, and you feel queasy, and you're about to, you're just getting nauseous. That's the Dispatching Live effect. That's what happens here. Regularly ATI programming upsets different verticals because they don't feel the overly favorable coverage. And I know that, I see it too. It's like, what we've done is pretty much we've ratcheted down actual news and information in favor of just people smiling, wearing costumes. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm not talking about Halloween. I'm just talking about, information. So if you feel queasy on ATI, it's because, oh yeah, there's information to get and they're sharing it on this channel. So Tuesday night, is that too much? Is that too harsh? Even that
No.
itself, that didn't have like a creep factor. Right?
You're
Just
driving
you
a
can't
little white
even
mini.
say that
What do
word
you mean?
anymore. Let's just keep going. All right. Tuesday night, Simple Recon Pitch Tank. We had an awesome show where what we did was we were supposed to have 2 sharks, but we only had 1. That's okay. We're used to it. I know. The dispatching live effect. But Simple Recon is a reconditioning software. And what they did was they explained what makes their software great. And then they pitched it to Auto Hauler Exchange to try to develop a strategic partnership. Because guess what? This is crazy. Did you know? I know auto reconditioning. Like somebody just fell asleep and went and just watched some random TikTok. But
Right.
the thing about vehicle reconditioning is that did you know that at the beginning of the vehicle reconditioning stage is auto transport? Did you know that?
No.
The deal is that dealers are buying vehicles at auction. For the most part, this is how this is happening. Those vehicles get purchased, they're used, and they need repairs and restoration to restore the vehicle value to a look and value that a customer will be willing to pay a decent amount of money for, and that's part of the dealer profit. But reconditioning is an added expense, but you got to consider, well, if I spend this much money, I'll make this much more profit. So how did the dealer get the car from the auction? Auto transport. And so as an auto transport business, to connect with reconditioning service providers, you might actually develop further business and have more loads that need to be transported. All right. So that was the show in a nutshell. Spoiler alert. And so here's a spoiler alert. What was cool is it was not only a great show, but Royce from Auto Hauler Exchange was then interested in connecting offline with Simple Recon to see if they can get more loads on their marketplace. So it was a success. It's pretty neat stuff. Auto Transport Media since 2017. Ecosystem, Neutral Zone, Show Me the Truck. Jeff, well, look, we just jump right into it. Jeff Watt sent me this. The caption was, "It's Tuesday night and I'm alive." But I think what he was saying is, I think this was a really good load, and he just wanted to, share yet another great load. Looks pretty good, right?
I'm not
All
seeing it
different
yet.
vehicles. Oh, you're not seeing it? Oh.
Uh-uh.
How about now?
Maybe it's just me. No?
How about
Is anybody else seeing it? Is it just me?
share screen? Oh, well, shoot. Here we go. Well, so the audience could see it, and you couldn't.
Oh, I just can't see it. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Geez,
Oh, that's
Jay.
a nice look.
Yeah. Good job, Jay. Leaving out your co-host. Boy, I'll never hear the end of that one. Yeah, that is a good load.
Yeah.
Oh, here's another good load. You sent this in.
Yeah, I did. That was Danny.
Danny. Good job, Danny.
That's DSK Logistics.
That is
Danny.
nice.
Yep.
And you know what I like about it, too? I mean, you could literally... This is like a safety compliance load. I mean, you've got...
I think he went through inspection and got passed with flying colors.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like a perfect load.
Yeah.
It's huge. Okay.
Yeah, most people can't carry it. He's
Yeah.
56. He's
Yeah,
got 3 on the
56.
front and the back.
Perfect. That's awesome. That just feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Speaking of, let's see. Douglas sent this in. Doug sent in. He had an electric truck from hell. He picked up picked up the truck, and it works. Then picked up another customer. Battery has electrical faults. Can't move it. Fully locked up. And the list revenue sucks. Okay, so he shared this. It's not what you want to see. He shared this. And then this. So that is a perfect load. Hey, Did you get the memo? Wow, we're only 10 minutes in. We're already into memos. That's great. So this is funny. So driver shortage, it gets talked about. It's speculative. It's like, was the election stolen? No, yes, no, yes. Who knows? So driver shortage is kind of like that. You keep hearing these numbers. Oh my God, we have such a driver shortage problem. And the driver's like, no, there's a rate problem, right? There's a paying me decent money problem. Why do you think the UAW is on strike, right? But nobody wants to stand up and talk about the worker getting paid. I know. So it's funny. It's not funny, but it's real. So here's the great part. American Trucking Association, ATA, they finally walked back a number that wasn't correct. That's right. The ATA, the American Trucking Association, I mean, who else should know this number better? The ATA walks back their driver shortage number. Sorry, we were wrong. We overestimated by 20,000. Wow, I wonder if there was any political influence there. And this gets into the dispatching live effect. It's like, fine, hate me for reporting the truth, but one day you'll thank me. We'll still be here too. Okay, we'll just outrun the storm. How about watch Convoy cancels all loads? Chris, thanks for sending this in. I watched this video. I don't watch all their videos of those other guys. I can't. I just can't watch them all. Most of them I can't. But this one was good, and it was really informative. And I'm sure those other guys said the same thing. And so if you do want to learn more about Convoy, I talked about it Tuesday night. I also am sharing this video. I recommend it. Go check it out. And this brings us to a larger economy issue. By the way, Sue, do you know about Convoy? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah, there it is. Skip said it.
I do not.
There's not a driver shortage. There's a money shortage. How many companies...
Yeah, that would make sense.
How many companies do not want to talk about that? It's probably too many.
100%.
Yeah, too many. Yeah. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Communism. That's communism talk. Yeah. Trigger alert. Triggered. So, Convoy. Speaking of triggered, Convoy is a digital freight brokerage, and it's in general freight. And if you're in auto transport, you don't need to know about Convoy, because I don't know if they listed cars on Convoy. That's right, I used past tense. I said listed. This company was a monster octopus, and it shut down. It would be like hearing that the #1 load board forever shut down. That's how big this news is. They had cajillions of dollars coming out of their eyeballs. But what they did with it was they were lowballing too much freight and just kept getting more venture capital, more venture capital. We're going to ride this roller coaster forever. Right, Skip said no cars. I didn't think so. And guess what? Roller coaster, oh my gosh. The freight market changed. We can't lowball forever. Now what do we do? And at some point, they were so over leveraged that I guess the banks owned all their assets, and they couldn't ski ball into the next great situation. So anyways, Convoy is done. Not celebrating, but pointing out that these things that don't make sense, there's a reason they don't make sense. Do you know why? They don't make sense. Okay. And so Chris was sharing, this video about, are we back in the 1970s economy? That was fascinating too. And it's over my head. I mean, I can't follow everything when you talk about economic factors. I know. I just said that. I'm not the expert on everything. I don't claim to be. But, if you want to help elaborate on the bigger picture, yeah, Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. And in fact, like oil prices. Yeah, I mean, oil prices are fine right now. Is it going to stay that way? This will be interesting to continue to watch. Go to oilprice.com and check out the oil price charts. I wonder what this looks like in 6 months. I'm just saying. Okay. Hey, did you get the memo? Notice regarding Central Dispatch pricing. Sue?
Yep.
So
yes.
what are we looking at here? How does this, is this
I know
justified?
it's not very much money, but
yeah,
no, I don't. How is it justified?
I don't know.
It's not like whatever. I mean, they're already making what? What did we figure one time? A couple million a month? They needed another 100,000? What?
Well, I know. I feel terrible about some of the past content where I got the calculator out and it seemed like I was, like just taking shots. So
well, it's true. I'm not taking
is
shots.
it?
I mean, we pretty much figured it. Yeah, I mean,
really?
Then we have an idea what they're making per month. It's all over the internet too. I mean, I think we looked it up that way, but I can't figure. I know it's only like $10. Okay, and mine went up too for brokers, but I didn't get this. I don't know why. I got this for the transporter side, but I didn't get this for my side of it.
So anybody that's not aware, this starts next week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy Halloween.
There you go.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I don't get it. How many people they got working there?
Here's the thing, and this is, again, going back into workers versus executives, some would say that most of the money they collect goes to executives anyways. So,
yeah.
But that's just mere speculation. That's why we have a woke waiver. Let's just keep moving. I'm not trying to start a fight. I'm just sharing a memo.
I would love to know the reasonings. I mean, it says it, if you look at it, it says this will allow to something do this or that or the other.
This will allow us to continue to aggressively develop new enhancements. Oh, that will? Oh, thank God. $10 a month extra will allow us. See, that was the problem. They were breaking even at $115.95 a month.
Well, I'm assuming like mine went up.
That's
like
funny. Come on, Joe. That was funny. All right, here we go. Judge rules TQL. Okay, as if there's not enough going on. TQL. What's TQL stand for?
Total Quality Logistics.
Total Quality Logistics. Ding. They owe thousands of former employees overtime pay. And here's what's great. You're going to see this great association popping up from time to time in this article. The TIA. Who's the TIA? What does that stand for? Everybody Google TIA. It's, no, it's not transient ischemic attack. It's, it has to do with brokers.
That's what comes up first thing.
It's the transportation. It's the Transportation Intermediaries Association, which is nice and vague too. That's really very good. Transportation Intermediaries Association. Hey, do you remember, Sue? Do you remember we have a real big fan of the show, a big fan of dispatching, and he's associated with the TIA. Remember that fellow?
We're talking about James.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I stand up for him because he came on this program. But they spew fertilizer that you'd have the best crops if you could fertilize with what they're spewing. See, and I don't think I crossed the line. I think that was okay. All right, so a federal judge has ruled that Total Quality Logistics, the second largest freight brokerage in the United States. Okay, that's big.
Really? That's big,
dude,
yeah.
Whoa. Violated federal law and owes overtime pay to, get this, thousands of former employees who worked more than 40 hours a week. Now I realize somebody's going to get out their little violin. I realize, because we all work over 40 hours a week. But let's keep reading. The judge ordered TQL to pay overtime wages to the employees, but also ruled TQL must pay an additional amount equal to the actual damages. I don't have time to go through all the facts. This isn't a legal show, but clearly there must have been something that tantamounts to punitive damages. The judge was not happy. The judge found the CEO and co-founder personally liable. Do you see what I'm saying? There's something really smelly here. It was a huge win. Check this out. 4,500 members of this class action lawsuit. 4,500 members. Thousands of former employees. You imagine what it takes to irritate over 4,000 previous employees? Think about that. Members of the class, that they were logistics account executive trainees and logistics account executives that worked for TQL in Ohio between September 2008 and April 2016. That's 8 years of class action members. I'm just saying, again, I know there are folks that thought, man, I don't like working for this company. Well, chicken's coming home to roost. These trainees are expected to spend at least 6 months conducting sales calls. Okay, I know this part gets boring, but only 5% of trainees would actually move on. 95, they would weed out 95%. Probably because you're dealing with people that maybe had families, maybe had a life, didn't want to work all day and night. Former employees said they were expected to work more than 60 hours a week to meet sales goals. That's a lot. Actually, 60 is, when you look at the calculator, 60 is a lot. Not that, again, we're all working 90. Also expected to be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to respond to customer problems or questions. And that sounds like trucking. Now, I do want to read this. I didn't highlight it, but this CEO said, well, we conducted research and the TIA said that this is normal. Which is so awesome. That's what the association advised us to do. They're experts. And that's what other top brokers in the industry are doing. Everybody's overworking everybody. We just were doing, we're all running over the cliff here. So awesome. So, welcome to Auto Transport. Boy, we're right on time. All right, I want to roll this video. Here we go. It was posted, and in the dispatch sheet, text me to get the dispatch. Well, I don't know how, and I guess we're going to find out, or we're not. But a fraudulent copy of the dispatch sheet ended up on Central. We don't know how much later, with the same 2 cars, with the full VIN numbers of both cars, saying we'll give you cash if you deliver both cars to the Laredo area. Here's the fake. Now, what's interesting is as you look at the fake dispatch sheet, you notice a pattern. Order ID, only text me. Dispatch instructions, only text me. Additional terms, only text me. All right. This is a short video that I posted. Now, what happened was... Now, wait, Sue, remind me, did I already talk about this?
No. Well, maybe on Tuesday and I missed it, but not.
Maybe it was a Tuesday. Okay, it must have been from a Tuesday show. That makes sense because suddenly I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so you can let's see. You can see the screen. No, you can't see it. Here we go. All right. So what happened? This is so interesting. Is that the word has gotten out that the dispatching alive effect is happening. A company called me and said, "Oh my God, Jay, we're in the middle of a fraudulent situation, and you're the first person we thought of because this is an aspect of auto transport that we don't really want. Our client is in the middle of a police situation, and so we don't really, please keep our name private, but we got to get the word out. This is legit, straight up fraud." This is the dispatch sheet. I fuzzed everything out. that this was the legit dispatch sheet. 2 cars, and we're going to say from like Corpus Christi, okay? Down in Texas. 2 cars, so paying $200 per car, quick pay, to go to, see, they're supposed to go to Dallas. $200 a car, go to Dallas, book it. VIN numbers, vehicle info, and somehow, and this is what we need to find out, a fraudulent dispatch order gets posted on Central soon after the real order. And this is the fraudulent dispatch sheet. Only text me, don't call me, don't call me, don't call me, just text me. We're going to pay $400 a car, COD, and bring it to us in Laredo. Now, it doesn't say, it just said Laredo. They left, and this is what's really interesting. I feel like whoever put this together really knew what they were doing, because they made it look like it's reasonable. Yeah, we don't have the name of the pickup, we don't have the name of the delivery, we don't have that stuff. We'll get it to you. And they even posted a legit shipper up here. I'm telling you, you wouldn't know. And if you're a carrier, you're like, man, that money's great. I'm doing it now. So a carrier booked it. And a carrier texted, dude, text me. Do not call me. So the carrier did it. Texted. And I guess while in transit, you know, hey man, he wants to know where he's going to deliver it. What's he going to do? You know, give him this address, wherever it was. I don't know, a gas station, a field. You know, was Jesse from Breaking Bad there at the time? But it was and once those cars were delivered, man, they were gone. By the time the police knew about it, I don't know. And the client that thought they were coming to Dallas, do you know a carrier then books this one? The carrier, the real carrier, well, the second carrier, the legit dispatch, he shows up to pick up the cars, and that's when people are like, oh yeah, no, those got picked up yesterday. What? Where'd they go? I don't know. Where did they go? And that's how it all unraveled. So now, people are starting to point out, oh, whoa, shoot. I saw a text-only order. Did you send me one of these, Sue? Here's another text-only order.
No, that's me. That's my load. That's how I always do them.
Oh, well, shoot. Sue?
That's me.
Well, so this, I mean, again.
Let me then. Go ahead.
Well, there you go. Well, that's the.
Legit.
Well, wait, we hit everybody.
So it doesn't eat up my
this is the problem
here in the office. So.
Whoever created the fraud dispatch copied a method already alive and well, and then took it to the nth degree.
Oh yeah, it's all over.
I mean.
Yeah.
But see, here's the thing.
I'm not the only one. That's not the only one. There's a lot of them on there.
Well, there's a lot of them. So what do we do? I don't know.
Because most people text it.
And what does you know? And here's the big question, because the person that contacted me asked me this: what does the load board need to do? Do you want to stir up a controversy? What does the load board need to do? Does the load board need to do anything? Is it just this is auto transport, you can do whatever you want? I mean, where are we on this?
Well, I would love to know who was the actual broker on this, if they were actual broker, if it was a transporter.
Okay.
That would make a huge difference, too.
I do know, okay, here, good question. So because I asked some questions too. I think that the buyer posted it on the load board. And they do that all the time. This is a large business that buys a lot of vehicles used, and they post them on Central personally. This was yet just another normal transaction, and then this happened. And neither that buyer nor the shipper has ever seen this happen. This is a new, and what I told him is in 2023, we've seen a lot of fraud. Not like in 2022.
Right. I mean, don't you remember that broker that was on there with us? It was God, it's almost been a year probably. And he said they were going into his account, setting them up as COD as well, and none of his stuff is COD or something like that, or it's no, everything he does is COD, and they set it up as a billing, and then he called them all as he was, coming in every morning. He'd have to stay up till really late and find out that someone was hacking his account, sending out actual loads through his business.
Right, and that was was he a broker?
Yeah, he was a broker.
So he was a broker saying that his
That's where it
account was
started.
getting hacked.
Yeah.
Right.
He got hacked. The next thing I know, I was getting hacked, and it was just like a chain of events that just kept going downhill. I mean, right now I think everything's okay, and nobody's had any problems except for this.
And so this is, I guess, leads into whether the load board is, needs to do anything or not.
Yeah.
The question is, where did the fraud start? Did the scammer, could they access the account, or did they pull it off the load board? Because here's a question that the company had, is how did the scammer get the full VINs of both vehicles? Because those VINs were not posted. I think they said those VINs were not posted on the load board, because you don't post a full VIN on a load board.
No, right. You get it when you get the load. So
right. So how did they have
the
full
load
VINs
from the company and then repost it under their name? I don't know.
Exactly. So did they call in, right?
Yeah,
get the info, and now create a fraudulent dispatch. This is. Yeah.
Now I've seen that happen over and over and over again. Like I've called you and told you about United Roads load. This company was giving us an actual United Road load, and we called United Road and told them what was going on. And I think we had one time with Ready Auto, and they acted like it was no big deal. Ready Auto acted like no big deal, like that was okay. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Skip is chiming in, saying they had the central password. The scammer worked for the broker. Oh, wow. Interesting. That's an interesting theory. Yeah, inside job.
It was a total inside job.
Yeah. Most jobs are inside jobs.
That's a little different.
Right, and how did they post on Central? It's a really good point, Skip. Good job, Skip. Ryan Miller's up in 10 minutes. I want to make sure we get to this one. They suck. They will not answer their phones. Sue?
I'm sorry. Someone just came to our office door. Go ahead and say that again.
They suck. They will not answer their phones.
Okay, so this is a big broker.
Okay.
And I know you don't want me to say who it is. Yeah. But if you go on autotransporteverything.com, you're going to see who it is.
Okay.
They are not answering the phones. Our actual associates that, how we are supposed to have our own reps for each have
our own reps for
each of our
carriers.
Like they handle so many of our carriers, right?
Yeah.
And so they won't even answer. And no, tell them to go. Anyway, sorry. No.
So that's all right.
Anyways, they won't answer our questions. They won't answer our emails. They won't answer our phone calls. Literally, for example, I took a load last week that was picking up at the Port of Mobile, Alabama. And so it wouldn't give us a phone number because it says all over the schedule.
Elena has a guess.
Ports have bay numbers, right?
Yeah.
She has. Go ahead. Good guess, Elena.
Ding.
Anyways, so
we have a winner.
You know how at the port that you have bay numbers to find the vehicle. So there was no bay numbers on there. So I'm asking the rep over and over and over again. I mean, we're talking 10 texts, emails, nothing. You know when they finally answered? The next freaking day. After we'd already figured it all out with no help from them. And then I got chewed out because we didn't do this, we didn't do that. I'm like, but you can't answer anybody until the next day.
Oh, man.
Literally. And so I didn't answer them because I was pissed off by that time, right? Guess what I got? I got a text this week, a week later, saying,
Oh
"Did you
no.
drop and pick up those cars?"
That's who texted you?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Well, I
Yeah.
got all right. All right. So, woke waiver alert. This is gonna get bumpy because now we know we know who and what.
Oh, this is
Are you
different.
ready? Oh no.
This series of
Oh,
texts
this
is
is
not
real.
this company.
And
This is
what
something
really
else.
sucks, they're
So
pumping
this
out
is
blog.
real.
I just got another notification. They got another blog post. Other parts of the company, because this is an international company. I mean, they're working really hard to show that they're the best. And here comes this. Oh God, logistics. You can just whiff it in logistics. Here we go. This is a real text. I was wondering if your order
These are
ID.
real texts, yes.
Okay, I was
This
wondering
is
if
them, though.
I'm going to read it like I'm just happy. I was wondering if your order ID for Monroe
yeah,
to
do it.
Texas is available. I can pick it up today, deliver tomorrow. Is that you? Yeah,
That's me.
that's you. Okay. And they said, "Tell me what's the price you can offer for this load."
Yeah.
What you have it listed for is what I will take it for. I can give you $200 for this and dispatch the work right now. I'm doing Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And I think it was listed for like
No thanks, and you
400
guys
something
should be
like that,
ashamed of
something.
playing this bait and switch game that you guys keep doing. This is ridiculous. You shouldn't even be allowed to be on Central Dispatch. This is not what a broker does, as I am a broker as well, and I do not play these games.
Yep.
Mind your words if you want to take for $200, otherwise I'll keep checking with other drivers. That was
My
ridiculous.
words.
This is like
You know what I wanted
it's
to
like
say
whose
then,
line is it
right? That was
anyways?
nice.
I don't mind I don't need to mind anything. I'll be turning you into Central Dispatch for this shit right now. Do whatever you want, I don't care. Oh God, I don't even know what's coming next. Here we go. I know you guys do this stuff all the time, and this is what you give brokers a bad name is companies like yours. I don't care! Okay, so this is... Okay, so here's what I did.
Laughing at me.
Since the subject is I
Yeah.
don't care, and they added the
Okay.
little laughing head. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I wanted to add music to this segment, like da 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 da, but I didn't want the copyright infringement. Da 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 da. So we're just singing along. If you listen closely, you can hear me not caring. Da 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 da. Breaking news, I don't care. Da 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 da. Fun fact, I don't care. Da 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 da. If one does not care, who do they care to tell someone else about them not caring? Da, 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 da. What's the name of the company again? Guess what? I don't care. Oh my God, I just found out I don't care. Da, 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 da. Hey, wow, I don't care. Da, 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 da. I really don't care. Da, 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 da. I don't care. I love it. I don't care. I love it. I don't care. I love it. I don't care. You know what? I don't care. I don't care. Wait, when you don't care, but they still tell you their issues anyways. Oh, man.
So-
What a segment.
I had another one yesterday. I actually have a few that I didn't get a chance to send to you, but one yesterday, we were asking for a broker fee from this company that wanted to haul another car, and I said, you needed to pay me, and he called me a liar. So I don't know if anybody knows anything about me, but those are fight words, okay?
Oh,
Don't call me a
man.
liar.
Wow.
And
Well, this
he
is
said,
auto
you didn't tell us
transport.
that we had to pay your broker fee. You didn't. I know. Well, I told him, I said, look, I said, I could give a flying flip over $50. I'm going to give you a negative right now because you don't call me a liar. You owed me the money. It's in your contract. I got the text proving that I even told you all about it after you told me that I didn't. And I said, I want you to tell your owner why he's getting a negative because you called me a liar. And oh wait. I'm sorry. I apologize. Nope, too late. Sorry. And I said, and trust me. And he goes, so you're willing to get a negative from me over $50? I said, you can give me whatever you want because trust me, when I start posting your name all over everything about way you act, and I said, I guarantee you are a dispatcher for this company and you shouldn't be talking to me this way. And I said, and I will also be posting you on Auto Transport Intel. So, needless to say, we went and talked to the owner.
Well done.
And we're waiting.
Well done.
Like they did.
It's the dispatching live effect.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It is. It's gotten so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a knife fight. You know, it's like that's why
Yeah,
I liked the
they
Ron
just don't
Burgundy
care.
one. I was watching Anchorman, Legend of Ron Burgundy, and the news channels get in that gang fight. That's auto transport.
Yeah. You're right.
Do me a favor, stick around. Right after this, we're going to be live with Ryan Miller of Northwest Repossession, talking about Cleardata. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verifications of loads where nobody ever answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021, or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Hey, you need help staying loaded or moving a car? That's the voice of Sue. She's my co-host. She's a fully licensed broker, and she wants to help you stay loaded. So if you're looking for a dispatch service, contact Sue, Murphy Auto Transport Services at yahoo.com. I'm going to put the link to her website in the live chat. You can also find her contact info there. And let me grab... let's see, you got a phone number and email address also in the live chat. And all right, here we go. And yes, I should have screen share set up, so we should be good to go there. Here we go. Please do help me wish our featured guest is going to teach us about Cleardata, Ryan Miller, Northwest Repossession. Oh, Ryan, can you see me and hear me okay?
I see you very perfectly. Thanks for having me on the show again.
All right, cool, man. Well, we had 40 minutes to warm up, so we're already on the skittle. But we are now ready to. I know that. Let's talk about what we're doing. Let's step back for a second. Cleardata. We talked about this. What were we doing? We were in a conversation a month or two ago. Vehicle Recovery Roundtable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And it came up. Cleardata is the system that recovery agencies use to manage their schedule of vehicles in and out. Yeah, take it away.
Yeah, not only that, but it's all of our post-repossession software. It's the technology that we use to help us provide all the services or the requests that are looking for by the lenders or the forwarders. So, I mean, do you want me to just dive right into this this little presentation, or do you want me to talk about it a little more?
I want to talk about it a little bit more because I want to make sure people understand what we're looking at. Something like this, you can hit it twice, So, all right, first swipe, introduction. We know that when an auto transporter books a load, a repossession load, off of a load board, let's be specific. Central Dispatch, Ready Auto, right? One dispatch. Cars arrive. Those are the three that come to mind from when I was a dispatcher. And I would book a repossession load, and then what? Then I got a call, and I can't get a hold of anybody. And that was, I was a dispatcher back in the 70s. So today, you can set appointments using online, right?
Yeah, we've got everything set up completely digital now for everyone. And it gives us sufficient time to make sure everything's correct. It communicates with you guys as well, letting you know, like, hey, maybe this load isn't available, like it's on a redemption hold, or maybe there's a key hold that's on it, or we don't have access into the vehicle that has some sort of restriction, that's going to stop you guys from being able to come pick the load up from us. So, we use the technology to help us, make sure that we're completed everything that we need to do on our end, and make sure that it's a smooth transition for the transporter when they do come to pick the vehicle up from us. So that way there's no questions about what's going on, and we can try to make things as streamlined as we can for you.
So I'm going to interpret, because one of the things I heard was, oh, it'll give me more bad news, like it's not ready. But here's the thing. I used to call and call and call and try and trick the repo lot into getting him to pick up the phone when I didn't think they wanted to pick it up. This is how I felt. I'm just sharing it, okay? It's ugly, it's terrible. But I really needed to know, is the car there? Is that car really what we're picking up? All this stuff. Is it on blocks? Does it have wheels? Are there windows? And I wanted to know these things, and I'm banging my head against the wall because I can't get anybody on the phone. Well, with this software, I don't need to do that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's completely digital. I mean, I get that you guys are trying to schedule the loads with us, but at the same time, we've got clients that are calling us. We've got customers that are calling us. There's everyone, transporters that are calling us. Everyone's calling us. Our phones ring hundreds of times a day. So to try to sit there and try to help you out with your one thing right there, we just completely got rid of the phone system completely and just made everything digital. So you can do everything online. Not only you, customers, everyone else. We can give you all the information that you need right there, and it just streamlines the operation. So you guys can receive text messages, emails. You can go on our website and actually see the condition of the vehicle prior to you picking it up. There's just really a lot of benefits from doing everything all digital and online. It helps you guys out, it helps us out, and it just smooths over the appointment.
See, and you said something important, is that you're busy, you're getting hundreds of phone calls. It's the same thing with the transporter. Let's look through a different lens. A shipper thinks that the driver is just driving, whistling Dixie, right? And then as soon as the phone rings, which it never rings, like, hey, I've got your car. Da, 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 da. And that's not even close. Right. So everybody's super busy, and this software system, this is, I think, one of my questions. How does an owner-operator that has no help, no family, no dispatcher, nothing, stressed out of their mind, how do they navigate online appointments through a software? I actually don't know. Is there a mobile app that keeps it simple for them, or what do they do? And maybe we should get into the demo. You want to do that?
You can do that, yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Go ahead and I'm gonna share.
So we'll keep that question in mind as we move into this demo. This is the Cleardata. Welcome to ATI Dispatching Live. This is a Cleardata live demo of how this software that manages repossession loads works and how you can interact with it. Take it away, Ryan.
All right, so Cleardata. This is a post-repossession software that we use. What is Cleardata? What does it do for the repo agents? How does it help you out as a transporter? How do you book an appointment? And why do you have to book an appointment? So Cleardata for us, it's our post-repossession software that allows us to fulfill all of our post-repossession tasks that are required by the lenders. So we got to do condition reports. We have to take pictures, inventory all the personal property that's in there. If there's keys that need to be cut, or if we were provided with keys, we can update with that information. And then it helps us out with our invoicing as well. So our post-repossession requirements for us is that anytime a vehicle comes in, we've got to do a condition report on it. We take multiple photos of the vehicle, including all the angles and every picture that we can of the vehicle, including any damages or anything like that. And then we've got to itemize the personal effects that are located in the vehicle for the customer redemption purposes to come retrieve those items that are out of it. It also gives us the disposition of keys. So in the event that the lender wants us to make keys, or we collected keys from the consumer during the time of the recovery, it'll be updated in there as well. So how does this help you guys out as a transport? So as agents like ourselves are completing these tasks, it's giving digital reporting back to the lender and the auction to advise them that the vehicle has now been completed of all the required tasks in the agent's lot, and it's now an available load for the transport. So as long as we're doing all the proper reporting and documentation on our end, This is getting reported back through probably another program that we've talked about, Auto IMS, which this is how they communicate, well, the lender's communicating with the auction, and that's how the auction is now figuring out that the load is available and dispatching it out through your one dispatch, through your cars arrive, through your central dispatch. This is how you guys are letting you know that the load is available. The disposition of keys and photos provide an accurate representation of the unit's condition prior to the transporter arriving to the agent's lot to move the vehicle. So, I mean, how many times have you gotten to an agent's lot and realized that you don't have the correct equipment to move the vehicle, or the vehicle is damaged to the point in which you have to deny the load on scene? The reporting that we're doing is going to help you keep your truck full and maximize your load on. Easiest question, you were just asking this, right? How do you book an appointment? Most recovery agents have a Cleardata link to book an appointment right on their company website. So this is our company website. This is the big orange button there at the top of the screen that says book appointment. So why do you have to book an appointment? So booking an appointment and uploading all the required documents gives the recovery agency's office sufficient time to confirm the release of the vehicle and compile all the documentation that's needed. So sometimes we have to have an authorization for release to release that vehicle, or like I said before, it could be on a redemption hold, or there's a key hold, or there's something that's restricting that vehicle from leaving. Having all this documentation already set and prepared, not only from you guys with your BOLs that you're sending us and us confirming everything, is going to really expedite this process completely. This also gives our yard staff notification of the vehicles that are scheduled for release for the next day, and stages those vehicles so the transporter's time on our lot is minimized. It's happened to us before where guys will just show up, and of course, I just looked at my lot report. Between my locations, I've got over 300 vehicles that are stored on my lot. And 9 times out of 10, when you just show up with an order to come pick a car up, yours is the car that's in the corner of the lot. So it's going to take me a long time to dig that thing out and try to help you out. So we understand that time is money when it comes to transports. I mean, we're a transport company as well as doing repos. So we get that, and deadlines have to be reached. So we understand that some auctions close at specific times, or you're scheduled out to where you need to get to your next load by a specific time, whether it's another repo company or another location. So front loading this information over to us and scheduling a transport will allow our agents to expedite this process and speed up everything for you on the back end. So back in the day when we didn't have this set of procedures that were in place, at any given time, it would have, a transporter could be at our lot for 25, 35, 45 minutes. We've now minimized this down to about 3 minutes per transporter that shows up. That's from when you sign the documentation to where the vehicle's already pulling out the yard for you. So we've sped this up completely, and we're trying to help you guys out. But understanding this technology and working with us is going to help speed this process up. So if you wanted, Jay, we can just do a quick live little demo there. If you want.
Yeah.
Just go to our company website there.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So all right, cool. I'm going to go to, this is live, man, right?
Yep.
Whoa. I'm going to go to your company website. Northwest, is it repossession.com? Northwestrepossession.com. And let's make sure we're good on screen here. Okay. All right. Oh, and there it is. There's that orange button, book appointments.
Yep.
I like that. All right. Okay. So now what do I do?
So the appointment type, you're going to do a drop down that's right there, and you're going to go to transport.
Transport pickup. Okay.
Before we even do that, let's click on the qualified VIN button in the upper right-hand corner there.
Ooh, okay.
Type in 456789. This is just a demo vehicle.
456789.
So then you click I'm not a robot, and now you just want to qualify that VIN.
Oh, sure. You're darn right I do.
So now, this is what I was talking about when we're taking all the pictures on our lot and everything. So if you click on those pictures, you can see the condition of the vehicle as it sits on our lot.
Huh.
So you can see that all 4 tires are good. It's going to be a roller, and that
Man.
this is a little bit of an older one. So this usually, okay, so this one says it has keys. So you know this vehicle has keys. You know which location it's at for us. So
Oh, yeah.
Rolling Meadows lot. And so you now have a visual representation of what this vehicle is looking like prior to
Much better. Yes. Yes.
So now that this looks like it's a good load for you, let's go ahead and go back and let's
Right. I like that too, because I may want to get out of this thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Hey, that's real. I mean, yeah.
that's what I was talking about, about guys showing up at our lot and just realizing like, hey, the wheel's falling off this thing, or it's in some sort of crazy collision.
It's like a U body with, half of a fire happening. Yeah, I don't want it.
So now we'll say that you do want this one. So we're going to verify that one again. Click I'm not a robot. We're going to move on.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right.
So do VIN check. So
wow. This should almost, in a perfect world, like, click here, qualify me, But anyways, that's a software thing.
So if you've got multiple vehicles in our lot too, you can separate it out by a comma. So if you've got
nice.
At one time, you can qualify multiple ones at one time.
Nice. Okay, that's good too. Will they all show on the same screen?
Also on the same load.
Oh, I like that too.
So
yeah, because if you know this, there are guys and gals that develop running lanes just picking up these cars because this is not a niche for everybody.
Right. And if you've got multiple stops that are along the way, like, if you're coming from Northern Illinois trying to get all the way down to an auction in, Central or Southern, and you need to pick stuff up along the way, knowing what your loadout is completely along the route and knowing that you can pick everything up.
Yes. You want to.
Like I said, it's going to maximize your truck, maximize your loadout, maximize your profitability.
Yeah. Yeah. And you definitely want to know your delivery order. All right, so I click VIN check. Okay, now, all right, so it says transport is ready.
Yep. So this is where you would just enter in your information.
Okay. Full name, company name, email, phone, preferred contact method. I could put in my company address. Yeah, company address.
Yeah, so your company address, and then the one section I want you to look at there is the upload form. So what I was talking about when you guys are receiving your BOLs. So yeah, you got to fill out some of that information real quick. So if you want to, once you have your BOLs and all of your information, even a copy of your ID or anything like that, and you want to upload that straight into your documentations, on our end, when we have the release paperwork, the condition report, all the other information that needs to be signed off on,
right,
we can compile that all digitally. So that way, when you get to our shop, we just have a couple of digital signatures that you have to perform there, and then everything's streamlined. It's not like we're having to take a copy, we'll make copies for you, do everything else. Everything's
totally.
And with the email that's connected to it, you receive an email receipt of all the forms that you just signed as well. So you got copies, we got copies, we send it off to the lender, and everything's verified and the vehicle's good to go.
So question for you. So what documents are you looking for to make that flow easier? What could I upload that would be standard? Driver's license? Yeah.
Driver's license, definitely the BOL. We need to have that BOL that's there, so that way we have an authorization for transport from your end. We get the authorization for release from our end, but just like you were showing before, with it looked like, was that some fake logs that you had going on there, or some fake orders that were there?
If you're talking to me, fake orders, fake fraudulent dispatch sheets.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, so we try to make sure that we've got all the documentation squared away from you guys and us, so everything's verified all the way through. Sometimes we'll get the specific transporter that's going to pick it up, or we're going to have a release to a particular auction.
I want to ask this. Site entry agreement, certificate of insurance.
Yeah, so we do vet the transporters that come to our lots. If someone is trying to book an appointment with us and it is not on our list of authorized transporters that are allowed to come pick up vehicles, we do require the site entry agreement that's signed, as well as a copy of a COI with us listed as the additionally insured. This is, again, just to help protect our clients and ourselves from any claims. And we get damage complaints all the time, and 9 times out of 10, it's everything we already have documented prior to the vehicle leaving our possession. So, but there's additional ones that are coming up. When the customer goes to redeem the vehicle at the auction, they're like, oh, well, the spoiler is missing off the trunk. How did you guys do that? I'm like, you tell me. How did that happen?
So somebody right now is like, what? Site entry what? Site entry agreement.
Yes. So the site entry agreement is authorization that we're allowing you or a representative from your company access into our facility, so that way you can pick the vehicle up. That doesn't hold us liable for any claims in the future. This is, again, just a way to keep ourselves protected. That, or if one of your agents are on our lot and they happen to get injured or whatever the case is, we're not, it's your responsibility to make sure that your employees are taken care of. If they fell off the tow truck while trying to load a car up, it's not our fault. So we got to keep ourselves
And
protected.
unfortunately, the insurance agency, which is a big part of, this is where it gets, like, misunderstandings can blow up. I could see, right? Somebody's like, I'm not going to cause any damage on your lot, and suddenly, right, something random happens.
Yeah, we've seen it before where transporters with, like, 3-car haulers are pulling out, and they don't understand the dogtail that's wagging there, and they wipe out a car, wipe out a fence, whatever the case is. And it's the vehicle's on our lot. It's not our responsibility. Well, it is our responsibility that we have to try to manage this, but we have to make sure that we're protecting ourselves during the time that the vehicle.
This isn't that'll buff out situation.
No,
that's not.
The driver's side of the car. Or it happened to us before where someone just completely ripped off our fence. Like the gate just is gone. So now we got an open lot. But again, we need to have that copy of insurance, or certificate of insurance, so that way we can make a claim and get our stuff fixed for the damages that was created.
So if you are, all right, so let's say I'm making an appointment, never been to your lot, I make an appointment online, I verify the VIN, I upload driver's license, BOL, which is interesting in that, so I should have a copy of my driver's license as a PDF, like handy maybe?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
That'd be fine. So I upload that. I upload my driver's license BOL, or driver's license PDF, which, by the way, then I'm worried about fraud. I wonder, right?
So
does anybody worry about? Yeah.
You need to have a copy of the driver's license when the person comes to pick up the vehicle anyways, just because this is part of the requirements that we have to have with releasing of the vehicle.
But maybe they don't feel comfortable doing that, so they just provide it in person and you make a copy there.
That's fine as well. We'll just take a picture of it, so that way we have documents.
This is the problem. This fraud problem is a problem because it's going to hinder all digital transactions moving forward, right? I
can see that.
That's not a stretch. But anyways, all right, driver's license, BOL, certificate of insurance. If it's my first time on your lot, I need to sign a site entry agreement.
Yeah, we'd have to have, so if we notice that you're trying to book an appointment with us and you're not one of the authorized, because when you go to book that appointment, that's just because you're trying to book it doesn't mean it's confirmed. We still have to authorize it, and then you'll receive a secondary text message or email saying that your appointment request has been confirmed or denied. Or like what I was showing you, can pick multiple, or you put multiple vehicles onto the loadout to come pick vehicles up from us. We might deny 1 or 2 of the vehicles that are on there if you're trying to book 4 or 5, just because of reasons we talked about before, for redemptions or keys or whatever kind of hold that's on the vehicle. I lost my train of thought there.
I wanted to ask a question. I know there's many things going on, like ping pong balls now. All right, how many auto transporters don't know what we're talking about? Is it not many? Is it many?
We have a pretty regular group of guys that are coming, and girls that are coming to our locations now to pick vehicles up. So they're pretty good with the routine that's there. It's not common anymore that we have any sort of outside companies that are picking up loads for much cheaper to try to get the vehicles out of there. The group of guys and girls that we have coming in, or companies that we have coming in to pick these vehicles up, they know our procedures. They're all part of the site entry agreement. They understand the process.
Okay, cool.
And they're moving cars, really quick.
Booking appointments and using the software has become more common than it once was.
Absolutely.
You think that's changed a lot in the last few years?
Couple
years?
When we started talking, when we started taking over and doing all these site entry agreements and using Cleardata and everything else, every company that had come to our business to pick up vehicles, we sent out a mass email to all of them saying, this is the new policies and procedures that we have set in place at our company. So that way we can help streamline the operation for you guys, as well as keep us protected at the same time. So, like I said, having a transporter that just shows up with an order saying, "Hey, I'm here to come pick this car up." We need to have notice. We always try to say 24 hours ahead of the next day, and we need the transporters to fill out this information and provide these appointments with us, so that way we can have everything staged and prepared for you.
I wonder how many auto transport software, mobile apps, and TMS can speak to Cleardata.
So I was looking at some of the stuff. I can't remember on Cars Arrive or One Dispatch, but where it gives like the dispatch notes that are in there saying, "Hey, you got to call this number, 24 hours in advance, and then give them a 1 hour heads up." They've actually got it in there now for us, where it says, "Go to northwestrepossession.com and book an appointment online." So that's
Oh,
that's
that's
how,
good.
how I'm starting to see it, even while I'm searching for for loads that are even coming off of my own lot. So those are the notices that I'm seeing in there.
Let's talk about appointments for a second. How far in advance do you need the appointment? How big is the window? What are your expectations?
So our lots are set up to where if you want to book something in a week in advance, you can. We do not allow anything within 24 hours. So we have it Cleardata set up for us to where no one is allowed to make a same day appointment or book an appointment. The earliest you can pick the vehicle is within 24 hours or is in 24 hours. So that, like I said, gives us enough time and preparation to get everything together, get the vehicle staged, get everything moved. So that way, when you guys get to our shop, sign, cars pulling out, you guys are good to go.
All right, so rule of thumb. If you're booking a load at a repossession, picking up at a repo lot, don't think you can do it that day.
No, like we've talked before in the past, there's a little bit of a storage crisis that's going on. So like I said, with my lots, I've got over 300 vehicles that are there. Um, so we need enough time and preparation so that way we can have everything separated out.
Right.
Trying to
This
make
is that I'm sorry to cut you off. That's one of the other things that I don't think everybody knows is how full your lots are. You don't want it that way, but they're full.
They are full, but again, with proper reporting that's going on back on our end, so I learned something not too long ago that these auctions are running a query of the vehicles that are stored on our lot through the Recovery Database Network, which is one of the main softwares that we use. But they're running a query that's of the vehicles that are located on our lots, so that way they can figure out what vehicles are available for transport and the disposition of it, of whether it's operable or inoperable. So that's how they're setting different trucks or different loadouts to go pick up specific cars. But kind of talked about with the stored vehicles is as long as we're doing all the proper reporting on our end, I think we can try to speed up the amount of vehicles that are moving off of our lots. I did a little test not too long ago, and I've had a 60% increase in vehicles that were moving off my lot when I started updating and making some changes within RDN, which helps out the transporters because there's more available loads off our lot.
That's really interesting. And so, I wonder in what way does RDN feed into and which load board? Do you know any of that?
I don't know. I'm trying to reach out to more people and learn more. Okay, being a repossessor and a transporter, I know everything within my spectrum that I have. And when we start talking about stuff that happens at the auction, or even stuff prior to the vehicle getting subject to repossession to us, I don't know those systems. I'm trying to learn. I want to learn more because just like you're talking about, these different levels, everyone knows everything within their own spectrum. When you're talking about transporters,
It's so true.
knowing about everything within Cars Arrive or One Dispatch, they know everything that's there. They don't know everything on my end. They don't know everything functioning. So this is where we need to merge and kind of bridge these gaps with technology and communication, where it blends a little bit better to where we can make this a little bit smoother, and the ecosystem as a whole can run a lot more smoothly.
I think that sometimes I'm going to say something dangerous once again, but that sometimes when it takes an executive to make the decision to reach halfway across the aisle to get some of this information to what would otherwise be more of like boots on the ground. And until an executive makes that choice, it just remains in a bubble where you can't make contact. And the thing is, I'm sure that doesn't sound near as harsh as I could have said it, but I've tried to speak to executives at times that were just not receptive to what it was that I was trying to convey. Other times they are, but it everything is timing, and some people just aren't receptive to either the way you said it, the way I said it, the way somebody else said it, or the fact that it's being said at all. And this is where timing is everything.
Yeah,
But it seems like it's time, right?
it is. I mean,
It's time.
and I was on a panel with Casey from Run Buggy, and he said something that technology is the thing that connects us. And as much as that's true, I think a lot of the automations that are set in place are the things that are keeping us disconnected. So we need to have a personal interaction that's going on again to bring the human factor back into these things, because the automations that are being used right now to help streamline all of this is actually hindering what we're trying to do as a whole. And that's just
no, it's true. And there are certain businesses that want to do certain business with other certain businesses and not include some other certain businesses. And that business fence can cause some of these communication gaps to linger over time. And again, I'm sure that's not a popular thing to say either, but it just is part of the problem. So that's why I'm the neutral zone.
Yep.
I mean, I'm just going to point it out. And the thing is, I mean, I think I see this. You see it too. You were on that panel with Casey from Run Buggy. I'm moderating a panel at Used Car Week, and Jose has a panel at Used Car Week. But that was Jose's panel at NAAA, right? That there is more, and even Renee Lowe at Harding Brooks, she said there was a panel at CCUCC. I don't know what that is.
Credit Union one. I think it was out in Vegas or something like that.
But there are more conversations happening on stages now about this topic. So the dam is breaking.
Just need to get it flowing.
This is awesome. And it's really great to hear that more transporters are doing the online booking a system appointment. Oh, Skip. Thank you, Skip. I wanted to ask this. How much of this bottleneck is still caused by auto IMS? Skip, we think some of the same things. I literally wonder this. Where does auto IMS, we mentioned RDN, but where does auto IMS fall within this ecosystem of communication and or bottleneck? I don't know the answer. I don't even know how to get the answer.
Yeah, I mean, I've reached out to see how I can be part of this, and I just don't have any connectivity to it.
It comes down to access. Who do I need to talk to? And sometimes there isn't anybody to talk to. Now, I'm not saying that is the case here, but sometimes it's not the right person trying to reach the right person.
Right.
Be that as it may. The topic is out there. Dude, thank you. That was awesome. That was really informative.
Can I steal one more minute from you here?
Please take it. Yeah.
I'm going to mention one thing here real quick. Unfortunately, at the beginning of this month, we had one of our agents that was tragically killed in the line of duty here, Jack Jacobsen. He was a Navy veteran and a expecting father. We have a GoFundMe that's set up to try to help him and his family. If there's anyone that can contribute, we would greatly appreciate it. And we'll have a tow truck procession coming up on November 4th. Anyone that's in the Chicagoland area that would like to participate is more than welcome. So,
do me a favor. I'm glad you brought that up. I want to find the page and I want to share it. Do you have the link, or how do I find his page?
Put it in the chat right now.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, well, and what is also interesting is, let's see, there we go. Let me grab that. I'm going to share it on screen. I believe that folks like you and Kevin Armstrong and others have been vocal about violence against recovery agents. So for it to hit so close to home, that must have been pretty terrible.
It was a one of the worst phone calls I've ever received in my entire life.
When was this?
October 6th.
My gosh, 20 days ago.
Yeah, I got the call about 1:45, 2 o'clock in the morning. Terrible. It's just it sucks. It's just it's just I don't even know what to say. It's just a difficult time. But you know what? We're going to try to do everything we can to try to support the family, make sure that the baby's taken care of, his fiance is taken care of, and they will always be family with us. So Jack was an awesome dude. Just bled NWR all the time. He was a super proud guy and just a really really good addition to our team that we lost all too soon.
Jack Jacobsen. Yeah. Down in Chicago, picking up a car in the middle of the night, right? I saw a news report and a couple details, so I'm speaking as just a third party catching up with news. And he'd already picked up a vehicle, and it seemed like here's what's interesting. It seemed like the person that was experiencing the repossession wasn't the problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's still under investigation,
But
but
it could have just been a third party that thought, let's get that car?
it did sound like a robbery attempt.
Yeah, it's like a robbery attempt. And not just a simple robbery. It sounded like a group of folks with guns.
Yeah, we don't have the full report as of
Yeah.
yet. As soon as we
I
hear,
know.
we'll know. But
But
in the meantime, it's just help them out.
why I'm spending time on this is the road is a dangerous place. And it seems nearly impossible to explain that to businesses and people in automotive that just think that it's just another day.
Yeah, no. Anytime you're driving on the road, it's dangerous. I mean, we've had not only my company, other companies. Tow trucks get in an accident. You got Scott's Law that's out there. People getting hit by passing cars, or even just driving conditions alone. When you've got a loaded up truck and you're trying to drive through the rain or the snow or any sort of adverse conditions. I mean, there was a big crash in the fog that happened just a couple of days ago. I don't even remember where that was at. The dense fog where it
I
caused.
heard it was in Louisiana on a bridge.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it can happen anywhere at any time, and it's anyone that drives on the road. It's a risky job. So
Yeah. So, well, I'm glad you brought that up. Of course, we're really sorry. And thank you, Rob, and everyone in the live chat for, joining us for, well, I guess that would be our moment of silence here. I mean, I feel terrible about it.
Yeah, that's horrible.
It's really bad.
thank you for having me on the show today, and I hope
Yeah.
everyone learns something. And if there's ever any
Yeah.
things, they can, there's more than welcome to reach out or contact your local repo companies. I'm sure 99% of them are using Cleardata, and they'll be more than happy to help walk you through it and streamline the operations for you. So I get it. Empty trucks don't make money, and if you're not moving, they don't make money either. So let's keep you guys loaded up and keep you moving.
And you were talking about speed, so this has sped up the process, and I think everybody likes to hear that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's good too. So what's neat, Ryan, is you and many others that are friends of the channel now put a name and a face and a reality to repossession and recovery businesses, and we appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
We covered a lot. Sue, do you have any questions?
No, that's more information than we've ever gotten, and it helps a lot, actually.
Isn't that cool? I know.
Yeah.
I know. So let's keep it going. Ryan, as we learn more about RDN and Auto IMS, I would love to have a follow-up segment sometime about how these other systems, load boards, are connecting and interacting to help continue to speed up the process and verified information.
Yeah, I'd love to be back on the show again. I'm still going to keep researching and talking to the auctions and trying to figure out more that I can about how their systems work, so that way I can know how to make changes on my end, so we can just speed it up for everyone. Like I said, ecosystem's nice and big and round, but we got to figure out how each part of it works so we can keep the machine working.
Well, and we know that there's a significant amount of turnover within service providers and people, so there's always going to be people to educate on what's going on. So
Absolutely.
that will be ongoing as well. All right, Ryan, thanks again so much. Have a great afternoon. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, take care, Ryan. All right, and so we'll just put him back in the waiting room. Give him another applause. That's awesome. If you, let's see here. If you have a comment or an idea, information, news, or something we just need to share and talk about, send it to autotransportintel@gmail.com. You can send me an email. Yeah, I still have a Gmail. I know. That's the podcast. Man, cranking out podcasts now. So if you see that, get the podcast. And you don't have to go to, mine's on Podbean, but you can go anywhere. Apple, Google, SoundHound. I don't know. It's Car Shipment Business Channel. Hey, we made it. We didn't get canceled.
Sweet.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, hey, Rob, what's the story with the Porsche?
Oh, so yeah, Rob. So, Rob had an in-op with no keys. I think it was a Subaru, if I'm not mistaken, car. And he had a company come pick it up. And apparently he wasn't aware that the car didn't run and drive and didn't have keys. So he proceeded, this transporter, proceeded to use a Porsche to pull the Subaru with Rob driving it, or not driving it, in it, directing it up the 3-car wedge onto the trailer. He says he's never seen no shit like that before in his life, which I haven't either. And he said the guy that owns the Porsche is going to be really upset if something happened to it, because he didn't even use a change. I think he said he used like a pull rope of some sort, like a strap. That's what he used. He used a strap to pull it up with. So talk about crazy.
Why? I guess, was there no other way to do it at this point? That's
well,
crazy.
he didn't know it. He didn't know he didn't have a winch. He said his dispatcher didn't tell him it didn't run and drive, and I said,
Well,
well,
how many times do you hear that
that's
one?
their job.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So he just figured it out, I guess, and decided he was going to use the Porsche that was in front of it and drive it up onto the trailer.
Who's your
Tell
dispatcher?
me that's not crazy shit.
Handy dandy super dispatcher
Yeah.
spammer guy, right?
Yeah, something.
Oh.
That's crazy.
The conversation was, all right, well, make sure you have a winch. A what? A winch?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure, I'll tell him.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And it
Gotta
doesn't
go to
mean
lunch.
like a bar gal. That
Oh,
means a winch.
man. Well, yeah, I mean, how can the Porsche not
Exactly.
have something? I don't know. There's going to be some residual effect.
Yeah,
That sounds pretty crazy. Well,
that is great.
great story, Rob. Yeah, I saw him sharing it in the live chat. And, you know, hey, speaking of, shout out live chat. I just want to say hello, everybody in the live chat. James Cargo, Skip Kavanaugh, Rob Stevenson, John Larrick tuned in, Elena. Thanks a lot, Elena, for giving it away. Danny B, Renee was here, BGA, DDD, Stefan family. What a community. I love seeing it. That was, Jason Clark. That was a really interesting, Peach Transport made it in too, Michael. That was a really interesting segment with Ryan. And so, I'm going to ask you again. So, am I wrong? Is this something that needs to be talked about more in our industry, or does everybody already know this?
Well,
and when I say this, I mean
yes and no.
Cleardata, booking appointments, yeah. Yeah. The
Absolutely.
answer is
Most people don't know anything about that.
Okay.
But then again, you have a lot of people that don't even do repos. So it's going to pertain to certain people who specialize in that too, I think. Because most general transporters don't do it because we just don't have time, right? Or don't have a winch, that kind of thing.
Oh, well, or the money's not right. Although the money, has there been money?
Right.
Has there been money? Has
No.
the money been coming up on repos, or am I wrong?
No. 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 So also another reason why, most people aren't going to mess
Elena.
with it. So
Sergey at
Which
I
is
Don't Care Dispatch. Oh my God, that's awesome. Does everybody know that song? The kids sing it. You got debated. I don't know. Hey, Freddy versus Jason coming up Tuesday. Halloween special. Think broker versus carrier. We're going to go live Tuesday on Halloween with Sue. We're going to do the name that Halloween costume. This is now 3rd year in a row, maybe? Is it a broker?
Yeah.
Is it a carrier? Is it a shipper? Or is it a repo agent or something like that? And we're going to look at Halloween costumes. It's a pretty good time. We're going to do that Tuesday, as well as normal Tuesday news kind of thing. Oh, Rob said, Jay, so did you send Jay that photo opportunity with my transport guy that came in last week?
That was what I was supposed to send to him.
Oh,
That's what we're
gotcha.
talking
Yeah, we'll
about,
do that
is the
Tuesday.
Porsche, and I forgot to send you the picture.
It's the story that gives and gives. So we'll get more of that on Tuesday on Freddy versus Jason, broker versus carrier. It's kind of like Alien versus Predator? But Halloween style. Good one, Jay. All right. Well, then I think we're done here, right?
Okay. Yeah, I think we covered everything.
You think? You can't tell all the viewers jumping off? All right. We've got Auto Hauler Exchange on Cars on the Move tomorrow. That's at 10 a.m. Central Time, early edition. And then we're going to wrap up October on Tuesday. So, yeah, please, Rob, get that stuff to Sue. Send it to me. And it sounds pretty awesome.
Oh, I got it.
Elena, thanks. Special shout out, Elena. Elena, thanks for how do I say this? Like, there's a reason we have a woke waiver, and there's a reason we're the neutral zone, and there's a reason why there's a dispatching live effect. It's all real. This stuff has got to be talked about, and there just aren't many places for it to come to light. No company's going to share that information because it doesn't look good for the company. But it's important, it's real, and it needs to be talked about. And if you're like crushing it with press releases and all this other great stuff, and then over here, you know, like the toilet's overflowing, well, that's a problem. Come on, man. Fix it. We'll talk about it. ATI. Auto Business. Office, what do we say? Right, he's doing voices again like he's reading a script.
What do we say, everybody?
Always in third person, everybody.
Goodbye, Sue.
All right, goodbye, Sue. Thanks, everybody. Join us Tuesday for a Halloween Freddy versus Jason. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Peace out. Thank you. Thanks, Ryan Miller.
Good.